Yeah. Cooking with the microwave. Coming to you live on that YouTube. We appreciate you tuning in with the tunes ins. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Not a lot of time talking about it. We're going to do our stuff this way as usual. We got the man behind the plan, the big bro, Big Mo. What you know?
Fish, what up, baby?
Hey, man. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, all the soon-to-be mothers, and all the future mothers.
It's been a minute, boy. It's been a minute.
Man.
We can't be consistent. So I'm gonna just blame you for that.
Of course it's my fault. Everything is my it all falls back on me. So we gave y'all a little Super Bowl blicky. I didn't even get to take my victory lap. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. But that's why I come on here wearing this shirt. You know what I'm saying? So last time we gave y'all a show, it was right before the Super Bowl. I told y'all we was gonna beat their ass, and we beat their ass. Who else wants some of Debo? You heard it in the intro. But we ain't come here for that today. We gonna have our time.
Nah,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
get my
Listen,
day.
go ahead and run your mouth. Go ahead and run your mouth.
Yeah. I told y'all.
Hey, but look though. Look.
We gets our gets back. We seen them Patriots again. We beat them. We seen these Kansas City Chiefs again. We beat their ass.
I know it's done been a minute. How many? Where we at now? We at May. What's the date? May 11th, right?
It's May 11th.
You ain't get to run your lap since February, but since then you got a whole lot going on in that division. And the Cowboys just made. I know we're gonna get into it. Cowboys made a move. The Redskins, they done took my boy Debo from San Fran. New York. I mean, New York gonna be New York. But y'all gonna do it again?
Yeah, we gonna do it again. What? I'm saying it right now. Bookmark May 11th, 2025, 11:16 a.m. on Mother's Day.
I ain't gonna hijack your show. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. Run it how you see fit. We'll come back to that though. I got something to say about that though. I got something to say about that.
I bet you do. I bet you
do. I got something to say about that.
You had something to say before the Super Bowl.
It ain't even got nothing to do with my team though. But I'm just saying, just paying attention to what's going on.
Got nothing to do with your team. We know it ain't got nothing to do with your team.
All right.
Let's get it on the road, man. Let's go. Shouts out to Truck D, man.
That's what's up, man.
F the Eagles. Yeah. He a Dallas fan. We ain't worried about you. We'll get to your squad in a second, man.
All right. Talk about your boy Derek Carr, man. He decided that he wanted to go ahead and hang it up. He said he had to pray on that thing.
Well, we know he gonna pray on it. Derek Carr's a very spiritual guy. You know what I'm saying? He had a pretty good career. I wouldn't say anything nowhere near Hall of Fame-ish or nothing like that, but he had a pretty decent career. I would say a better one than his older brother David Carr, who got the career beat up out of him when he was out there for the Houston Texans, and he taking all type of sacks. He was actually voted the toughest guy in the NFL by the players like 5 years straight. You know what I'm saying? But they beat the career out of that dude. But Derek Carr, I think the shoulder injury that he suffered, maybe the rehab is too much. I can't remember who it was, another player recently who had retired, and he was like, it wasn't really the injuries, it was more of the Andrew Luck. You know what I mean? And he kept having them injuries, and he was like, it's not really the injuries that it's the recovery and the rehab and all that stuff that he just didn't feel like going through again to try to get himself back out there on the field. And Derek Carr's had a long career. We know he only had a few years left in him anyway. So I guess he didn't want to go through the rehab, and the shoulder injury might have been worse than he thought what it was. They drafted a quarterback, but now I don't know. I don't know what the Saints gonna do. They passed up on Shador, so we're gonna have to see what they rocking with out there at quarterback now that Derek Carr's not gonna be out there. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna pick somebody up. If there's somebody out there to be picked up, maybe they might try to go get Aaron Rodgers.
You ain't got no faith in my boy Spencer Rattler, South Carolina. You ain't got no faith in Spencer Rattler.
Well, man.
Let me ask you a question, man.
Hey. The East Coast ain't got no love for Spencer Rattler and Death Row. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they drugged that boy though this past year. They drugged the hell out of him while he was out there. I mean, that boy, he looked like shit. Yeah, he looked like Shedeur Sanders when he playing against elite teams out there. They can't keep him upright. Let me ask you this though. Where you got Derek Carr at? I mean, what kind of tier you got him in? He in that Kirk Cousins tier? He in that? I mean, where you got him at all time? I mean, he retired now, so now you can talk about his career, his legacy, all that shit.
I would put him. The Kirk Cousins tier sounds very like a very appropriate place, but without naming everybody who might or may not be in that tier, I would put him further in that tier than I would Kirk Cousins. So he would be in that tier, but in a higher in towards the top versus the middle or the bottom.
You got him above Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I got him above Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
what up,
he needed Kurt's agent then. That's Kurt robbed the bank. I talk about that all the time, man. I'm about tempted to do a damn documentary on that. He robbed the bank for years.
Hey, no. Kirk did not rob the bank. Kirk was a habitual bank robber.
Okay, I'm about to damn say.
He did it like 3 times.
Yeah.
He did it like 3 times. Look,
NFL
no ski
history.
mask. Look. He just walked up in the bank with a note. You know what I'm saying? And he slid the note to the teller, and he walked out with money. And ain't nobody go chasing him because he was wearing a little plaid button down shirt and some Dockers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you though. He in about that same little tier, and we'll see what's up with some of these other cats. That's
Would you put him ahead of Kirk?
Derek Carr, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I got him ahead of Kirk. I got into an argument about that one time. I said Kirk Cousins over Derek Carr, but that's because I thought he was about to come over to San Fran. So, but yeah, that's where I got him at.
Right. So I mean, yeah, like I said, he had a good career, and maybe he'll go on into coaching. I think he would make it actually a good coach because he speaks positively. He really don't speak negatively. You know what I mean? He's a spiritual guy. He's really from all accounts that I've heard of, he's a good dude. You know what I'm saying? So Devontae Adams is his best friend. So congratulations to Derek Carr on a successful a career. I mean, you want any career that lasts 10 years. I don't care whether you want or not, is successful because the average is like 3.5 years is the average career. So to have a career over 10 years, salute to you, Derek Carr. Let me get my singing voice. How do I say goodbye to what we had? What? You better stop before I keep going. The good times that made it last. You better stop me, man.
Nah, we're gonna keep it moving, man. Derek Carr, he retiring, but player movement though. Going back to your conference, man. So you saw what Dallas did, man. Go ahead and talk about it.
So the George Pickens trade, he was traded from the Steelers to the Cowboys for, I believe, a 3rd rounder and I believe another 5th round swap. They swapped picks or something like that. So it was like 2 picks involved. And looking at it from both aspects, all right, from the Steelers aspect, I think they knew they weren't going to pay. They knew they weren't going to pay George Pickens the money he was looking for. So it's either lose him now for something, or watch him walk out the door after the season. He wasn't a 1st round pick, so there's no 5th year option, and this is basically it. You're not going to franchise him, so they had to get something for him. You would think he would have demanded more. However, the fact of the matter is, you got to pay him. Now we go here to Dallas. I think this is a great move for Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Great move for Dallas. And it was crazy because I heard it was on the facility. Emmanuel Acho, he used to play for the Eagles and the Browns or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And he said that basically the same thing. The Steelers had to get something for him. And he was talking about the Cowboys before. He was saying the Cowboys went and drafted offensive lineman hoping to stop Jalen Carter, but like, why don't you attack the Eagles' weaknesses, which is their secondary? You know what I mean? So he's like, you should go get a wide receiver. And the very next day, the very next morning, you hear about the George Pickens trade. So it's a good thing for Dallas. But the question is, like, I mean, the man looking for a contract, and we know he could be temperamental. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the ins and the outs of all of that. He ain't been playing with the best quarterbacks in the league, so that could have something to do with it. So you never know what all of that stuff that you see from George Pickens is, but you know what I mean? He's a phenomenal talent, phenomenal wide receiver. But you got to pay the man, and you still ain't paid Michael Parsons yet. So you tell me what you're going to do. A George Pickens, I don't know what it's going to look like in the middle of a game with Philly and we smack-a-dacking you around, you know what I'm saying? And CeeDee Lamb got like 10 targets and George Pickens got 2. How that's going to look?
That's
And
what it's going to be. That's
Right.
what it's going to be because, like, I mean, look at who throwing that ball. That's Dak. Dak is not known for them 50-50 balls or whatever. He going to make the safe play. He going to make the safe play.
Right.
Now, I mean, is he going to be able to get that kind of separation to do that? I don't know. Well, you got him, though. Like, after this trade, that kind of changed shit, though. I mean, on paper anyway. So, I mean, either way, you probably got, I'm going to say Philly, and with the trade, I'm going to say Dallas, then Commanders, and then the Giants.
I still put Washington over
You
Dallas.
still got Washington over Dallas with this trade.
I still got Washington over that because, you know, Washington, they did stuff in remember the offseason. They done got them some dudes. You know what I'm saying? They got a whole lot of money.
I think it's closer than what you think, though. If it worked, though. I mean, you got to see it first because it's going to be tough, bro.
See it. True, but in my opinion, as of right now, we could say if the rosters are even, right? Let's just call the roster even. But then you come down to quarterback.
Yeah, you come down to quarterback. So we ranking quarterbacks in that division now?
No, I'm not saying we ranking them. I'm saying if the two teams are even roster-wise, right? Offense, defense, special teams, all that good stuff. Then it all boils down to, okay, which quarterback you trust more to get the job done when it needs to get done. You know what I'm saying? That's where I would rank Washington over Dallas because I got more faith in Jaden Daniels than I do in Dak Prescott. And that sounds a little crazy because Jaden is a rookie, but I saw him
it do sound crazy.
Pressure on the line. It didn't matter to him. He's unfazed. And I've also seen year after year Dak Prescott in the most high pressure situations. I mean, like you just said, he don't throw 50-50 balls. He's not going to throw and maybe look at Dez Bryant's stats since he got there, and look at Dez Bryant's stats when Tony Romo was throwing him the football. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Dez Bryant is another 50-50 guy. So you look at George Pickens being a 50-50 guy and Dak not throwing the 50-50 balls, and he's not going to throw anybody open. He throws to the open guy. You know what I mean? So Jaden Daniels going to take that risk, and he going to launch that ball, and then all of a sudden you're going to see number 17, Terry McLaurin, running up underneath that joint. Wow. You know what I mean? Like, I like Jaden Daniels better.
I like the Jaden Daniels we saw this past season, right? But again, rookie, right? So listen, I'm the first one to just give Dak Prescott hell, right? I'm the biggest Dak critic, but let's not talk about Dak like he just complete trash. He trash in the playoffs. He can't close the deal in the playoffs. But to be fair, right now, if I had to say who I felt was the better quarterback after what I've just seen this past year, it's hard not to go with Jaden Daniels. But let's wait and see. Let's see what he do this year because hell, Brock Purdy came and lit it up, and then we saw what happened following that, right?
Right. And the Cowboys got a coach.
Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, Jaden Daniels, whichever way you want to flip it, and whoever the hell New York got. But that's gonna be crazy to see what happens.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shit. That's still
right. So you taking Russell, you taking Dak. See, for the fact that you had to think about it,
because Russell Wilson, it's like we know what happened with the trades and shit.
You taking Russell, you taking Jaden Daniels.
Okay, so you just gave Jaden Daniels more toys. You just gave him more toys to play with out there, right? we ain't never. When was the last time you saw a rookie season from a quarterback like the one you saw with Jaden Daniels last year?
There never was a rookie season.
I got to go Jaden
Like,
Daniels.
so,
I got to go.
correct.
And I know I probably just contradicted the hell out of myself, but I got to go Jaden Daniels, man. I mean, when you stop and just look at it, think about it, see who's set up, who's in the best position to get to win right now.
That dude is special,
That
man.
boy got a lot going on over there. And I'm telling you, man, I think the gap kind of closed up a little bit. Y'all going to be that team until the champs get dethroned, right?
Right.
So you on the strip of that alone, huh?
I think the gap has closed between us and Washington. I don't think the gap has closed really much between us and Dallas because Dallas lost a lot of people. You know what I
think
mean?
we'll find out quick too.
George
What they run
Pickens
game
is
look? So
kinda
what they run game look like now?
They got a
Because
decent stable of running backs. They got
Right.
Miles Sanders.
So-
They got what's the boy? Who else they got? They picked up somebody else. They got a decent trio of running backs.
I'm in here unprepared without my notes.
I think
But-
they got do they got the boy Austin Eckler? I don't know.
Somebody throw it in the chat
Somebody-
room. Shit, I know it's some
Yeah,
all them damn Cowboy
Truck
fans
D,
out there.
Truck
Somebody
D
know.
should know. Truck D, who y'all running backs are? Truck D, help me out real quick. But I know Miles Austin, but they got a pretty good trio of running backs though. But it ain't nothing that's. I mean, I like Miles Sanders though. I like Miles Sanders.
If Jaden Daniels is who we think he is, then y'all got your hands full this year. Because
Yeah,
shit can
I
get
believe
real
that.
interesting real quick. So
I believe that.
I mean, you better not come off one of them Super Bowl hangovers and think you just gonna run through that division. Find yourself in the situation
nah.
we was in.
Oh nah. Well, we're not gonna see. There you go comparing us to you again. You know what I'm saying? You did that during the Super Bowl show, and it's gonna be another. Oh yeah, it was the Eagles and nah. I told you we wasn't y'all. You know what I'm saying? We ain't coming out there lackadaisical coming up this year. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna be all right, man. We coming out there hungry.
I mean,
Hey,
we'll see. Shit, everybody
South
say that.
Georgia boys.
Everybody say that. We'll see. We'll see. What y'all take a hit this year?
Javonte Williams
Yeah.
from Denver. Yeah, good one, Truck. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see, bro. It's gonna be interesting. I think between the NFC East and I mean, up in the what am I thinking about? NFC North or whatever. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen with that because that's gonna be. I think Detroit is not gonna be Detroit what we saw. We ain't gonna get in all that, but I just can't wait because we lost every goddamn body. So I'm pissed off, and I don't know how we're gonna respond to that, but we'll see.
Word.
We'll see.
And you lost one of y'all best players, damn near your best offensive weapon, other than Christian McCaffrey, to Washington. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying.
We weren't using them right.
I know.
We weren't using them right. The minute you brought in Christian McCaffrey, you decided now all of a sudden we finna go over here and try to just run him to death. And I mean, I don't know. It was just that's that Kyle Shanahan shit. But if I say Kyle Shanahan ain't, I think if I say he an overrated coach, everybody want to crucify me. So,
Not me.
yeah. Well, I've been saying it. I've been
Not
saying
me.
it. Nah,
I've been saying-
you got me about a year ago. I called that shit out a long time ago.
Like, hold on, man. This dude, like, why is he getting the job? Like, hold on. You saw what he did in Atlanta? And he blew that Super Bowl. He did the same thing with y'all, man.
Exactly.
It's all good. It's all good, though.
Exactly. All right, keep it moving, man. NBA. Talk to him.
So, NBA playoffs. Here we go, round two. Amazing. This is one of the best playoffs I feel like I've seen in recent years. I don't want to go back how many, but I'll just say recent. Because you got two series is where the road team actually won the first two games on the opposing on the road. They coming out on the road, you leave 2-0 going back to the crib. Now, crazy thing is both these situations they did give up game 3 at home, but like to see the Knicks doing what they're doing, it's to me it's nothing short of amazing, man. You know what I mean? And I feel like the Knicks, if anything, like you can't just be Like, so my homeboy Craig, right? He a Knicks fan, and he like, yeah, well, whatever happens in this series, I'm happy with my team. And we like, whoa, 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 the fuck you mean? Whatever happens in these series, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got to stomp on these dudes' necks. Wait. What are you talking about? There ain't no tomorrow, Stallion. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you talking about? You was in round 2 last year. You can't be happy with the same results. You traded all these people you traded all these picks to get Cat, and you traded all these picks to get Mikal Bridges. You got rid of White Dante. You got rid of Julius Randle. Them dudes is balling out in Minnesota. I mean, what are we talking about here? So no, you can't be happy. You must beat Boston for the fact that you weren't supposed to win either one of those first 2 games. And then you come home on a Saturday afternoon in the Garden and then take an L. Okay, cool. Cool. I wouldn't think you would sweep them anyway. But I think, in my opinion, and you give me yours, Mo, but in my opinion, if the Knicks were going to lose a game at home, it should have been game 3. So I'm not mad at them for that. Because you don't want Boston to win game 4 with the momentum of going back to the crib, right? You want to win game 4, and now we going back to Boston with a chance to close it out. And they like, oh, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You want to see that you bring the champion out of them. But even if they win that game, now you going back to the crib like, all right, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? So you
I
gotta,
agree
but
with
you
that.
gotta keep putting in that. Yeah,
I
right.
agree. I don't understand what I just don't understand what Boston was doing. Coming out the gate like that. I'm like, dude, it's the playoffs. I mean, nobody was really aggressive. You saw the games, man. I ain't even really watch all that game last night, but I don't know. You better than that. You better than that. You got 2 dynamic players with Tatum and Brown, and it's like y'all just decided to just chill and see what everybody else would do. You just wasn't aggressive enough. I mean, to me, it's that simple. So
They
I don't get
missed.
it.
They missed. They missed
45.
75 threes in the first 2 games combined.
Mm.
That sounds like a week worth of threes.
Yeah.
Like, and that's just what they missed. You know what I'm
Why you
saying?
even taking that
So,
many threes? That's why I don't even like the NBA like that no more, man.
right.
I'm serious. I say that all the time. I'd rather watch women's
You
basketball than
said
watch
in
the
our group
NBA.
chat. You said it in our
Yeah.
group chat. You know what I'm saying? But
I mean,
that
that
was
shit hard to
crazy.
watch. It's
I
hard to
mean,
watch. Stop
everybody does
blaming
kind of
stop
play like
blaming Steph Curry for the way the game was played. Steph Curry didn't tell you to shoot all them damn threes. Everybody think they had 3-point assassin. But dude, look at what Minnesota did to my Lakers. How did they do it? They stayed aggressive. They stayed. I mean, like, I ain't even see. I mean, how many? If you had to guess, what was the percentage of points in the paint made by the Lakers? That's your team too. You saw it.
It wasn't very high.
Yeah, they attacked the basket and they kept us out the paint. I mean,
Oh
because
no,
we
yeah, you're
ain't
right.
got
Yeah,
no we ain't got no
definitely.
rim protectors. We ain't got no big man. So I mean,
And
ain't
we
like
don't
you gonna
got
be able
that
to do
many
it so
people that
much.
create their own shot. We ain't got that many people that create their own shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got what, 3 dudes? You maybe throw Rui in there every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? But we ain't really got nobody that's creating their own shot. And
And
the
listen, so
size,
and right now,
the
Minnesota,
object of the game.
huh?
Go ahead.
Minnesota up what 2-1 over Denver, right?
Over Golden State.
Over Golden State. Are they that
Yeah.
good? Because I
Well,
think
Steph
I do feel like they were a better team than my Lakers were. But is Minnesota really that good? I know Steph hurt, you know what I'm saying? I get all that. But I mean, I got them in the conference finals. Are they that good?
I would say yes. However, I would also say if Steph can get back, if the Warriors can get another game without Steph coming, without Steph playing, and he makes it back for this series, I think they can beat Minnesota. Other than that, you're gonna have a hard time beating Minnesota, man. They're a pretty dangerous team, but then you got OKC too. But
Right.
I think they're a dangerous team, and they're not scared of Denver. You know what I'm saying? They beat Denver last year. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I really think that with Anthony Edwards, he is a problem. He is a problem. When he's playing downhill, he is a problem. And that was his problem, and when the game they lost at home, you know what I'm saying? He's shooting
Yeah.
threes and he's missing, and I think he like led the league in 3-point makes this year. So a part of that goes to your brain. You like, nah, I led the league in makes, so I'm gonna pull these threes, and eventually they're gonna start going in. But when he's being in attack mode, like he was against the Lakers, like he was against Phoenix last year, I mean, that's a hard dude to stop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pause. So I don't know. I think they are that good, but I do think a team like the Warriors can beat them.
Yeah. I mean, that's
At
the difference between saying they could beat them and they should beat them.
and
Because
Draymond
if
got to
they
watch
could
it,
beat them, but probably shouldn't, then I mean, that's going to answer your question right there. But
here's the real question. Let's say the Warriors make it to the conference finals.
mhm.
Do you think between now and the conference finals, Draymond doesn't get 2 more technicals and get suspended for a game?
Yeah, Draymond. So, all right, we saw the clip. We heard the comments. I'm not the angry black man. You just put a bigger bullseye on your back. Now, whether you agree with what he said or not, I mean, that's up for debate. That's for your people in the chat room to comment on, and that's just public opinion. But yeah, they finna come for him. If he played like Draymond Green, then yeah, it's very possible. It's probably probable, just based on how Minnesota is playing. You got to get physical with him. You got to get aggressive, and shit, Draymond ain't watching. Am I answering your question? Or,
Yeah, you are.
yeah,
You are.
So, I mean, shit, you got a lot of shit, factoring into that now.
Right.
So,
And most of his technicals, and this is the part of that makes it for me hard to think that he might not reach that limit. He gets more technicals arguing with the refs than he does, doing any quote unquote nefarious shit against other players. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You get flags for that, you know what I'm saying? But most of his technicals come from arguing with the ref. So I know that he knows his limit, and I know that he knows where to tone it down. So he need to go ahead and tone it down. Or do you just say, go ahead and get the suspension out the way now? You know
Nah,
what I'm
you've
saying?
been playing too long for that
You can't
shit.
do that against Minnesota.
You've been Draymond Green too long to be trying to switch up. Now ain't no toning it down. Just be you. Just be you. Everybody want a player like that. Be you.
Right.
Ain't no point in
Right.
switching up now. Just
I know
accept the fact that
team.
this is my reputation. This is how the refs gonna deal with me. This how teams gonna play me now, because they already know, okay, get him riled up, get him out the way, and we got a better chance to win. But nah, ain't no switching it up.
Right.
Ain't no way in hell. Nah. Ain't no way. Anyway, but
Yeah,
you got Denver up 2-1 on OKC, right? So now going into the playoffs, it's like, man, who gonna beat OKC? You keep forgetting about these teams that's done been champions in recent years, like Denver, Golden State, like you was just talking about, and of course now Boston. But just the West in particular, it's hard to say who that team is. I think it's easier for me in the East. I still think, regardless, Boston will come out and get it done. I know it ain't looking great, but in the West, I don't know. I can't call it.
I sure as fuck hope Boston don't get it done, because I got some money riding on them. Pause. Not to win the championship. So the quicker they get knocked out, the quicker I get my little cheese. But
That might not be good money,
go
bro.
back to Denver, man. I know it might not, but
That
we'll
might not
see.
be good money, because Boston, I'm gonna tell you,
The bet was made before the playoffs started. You know what I'm saying?
Boston, if they got any kind of heart, that shit that everybody been talking about with the series going the way that it is right now, all they got to do is turn it on. If they decide to turn it on, Jalen, Jason, man, bro, come on, man. Play your game. Be who you are.
Shoot too many threes. They still gonna shoot too many
Well,
threes.
you got to switch it up. Go. I mean, hell, both of them can get to the bucket. Make your own plays. Every damn shot you take ain't got to be a three. And I think they smart enough to know that. They saw how they won last year. If Boston played Boston Celtic basketball, it's gonna be hard to beat them. I don't give a damn if you OKC, Jamal Murray and Jokic, Steph and Draymond. Shit.
Taking it back to the West, though. Aaron fucking Gordon, man.
Yeah.
This dude has been coming in like, yo, and to sometimes like when these West Coast games come on and you tired and you got to get up early to go to work and all that, but
Yeah.
sometimes you just I'm gonna stay up and watch this, whatever, or I might lay down and watch it or whatever, and and then you be like, man, I might as well have went to sleep. Aaron Gordon is doing the opposite of that right now. Like,
Yeah.
make you proud that you stayed up and watched that game to the end. Like the dude, that 3-pointer that he made, number one, to win the game in game one was crazy. It was a corner three on the opposite corner. And
Mm-hmm.
then the one that he made to send the game into overtime, you know, it was in the corner once again. But he had no hesitation when he caught that ball. He knew that ball was going through the net. You know what I'm saying? It was like instant, and like for him to be able to step up like that in pressurized moments, you know what I'm saying? That's when, like you said, it makes it hard to call the West because you're like, well, what about Denver? If Jamal Murray gonna be healthy and be the quote unquote playoff Jamal, and then Jokic gonna be Jokic, and then you got Aaron Gordon here, and then you still got Christian Brown, and like you,
Shit,
what about
Westbrook been
Denver?
playing, man.
Westbrook. That's why
Yo,
I
I
wouldn't be
mean,
mad. I would not be mad if Denver won a championship because of Russell Westbrook.
them the
I
two
want to see
teams
that.
right there that I think got the I mean, of course, Golden State, but they got those two teams, Denver and Boston. They got that pedigree to where if we do what we do, then it's going to be hard to stop us. And I guess any team, you can say that about most teams in the playoffs, but we've seen them do it. We've seen them do
Right.
it, and we've seen how difficult. Let me tell you what I like about Aaron Gordon, man. It kind of reminds me of Vince Carter when Vince Carter first started kind of coming into his own, and then watched how he just changed his game throughout his career. When he got older and probably lost a step or two, he was still that kind of effective. Aaron Gordon, I think at this point when Vince Carter kind of made that transition, Aaron Gordon a little younger right now, but he's been around for a minute, and it's like, damn, he just keep getting better. He just keep getting better and becoming more of an important piece to that team. Yeah. I mean, that dude.
So think about it. He got the game winner alley-oop dunk. He got a game-winning 3-pointer and a game-tying 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? And then in overtime, they dog walked OKC off the court in overtime. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, like you said, like it is kind of like Vince Carter. And I mean, I think Aaron Gordon is in like his early 30s. So we can say that's around the same time for Vince. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Vince started transitioning his game and became a well-rounded shooter.
Shit,
When he
I
did
think he
that,
top
was
10
damn
on
near
the all-time
unstoppable.
3-point list.
He probably is. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. And that made him lethal because he still could attack and he still could shoot the mid-range and he still could dunk on you. Like, but that just made his game like complete. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what you're looking at with Aaron Gordon. And now at the same time, like Aaron Gordon's not asked to be every night the best player on the team. He said, okay, maybe one game you be the best player, but for most nights we just need you to be the third.
Let me ask you
If you
this.
give us something, great.
How this series is going to play out? I mean, right now, 2-1 Denver. And OKC went in the favorite. I mean, how do they switch it up? I mean, how you got the series playing out?
If you ask me right now, and it might seem kind of like a recency bias, but even going into the series, obviously we hadn't had a show, so we ain't had a chance to predict it out loud, where we could say, all right, document it, whatever. I would take Denver because I'm still not sure OKC taking all the lumps they need to take to get to that next level. And they still a very young team. Like, who's they vet?
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? So
still
when I
though,
look at and then I look at Denver, knowing that, okay, I think Denver hoping they can get their licks back, you know what I'm saying, pause against Minnesota. Like, yeah, we're gonna take care of our business over here, and we hope Minnesota take care of the same so we can see them and get our get backs from what they did to us last year.
This series can easily go 5-1. But is that even technically it's an upset based on rankings? But do we as I mean it could. I mean 4-1, you know what I'm saying, bro. So they win in 5 games. Yeah, I mean it could easily go 4-1.
Yeah,
but I mean, is that even really an upset though? We watch the game, we see the game, we know what Denver made of, but OKC just been, I mean, damn, they've been running it all season long. How much of an upset is it though? Or is it? Or you even consider it an upset?
It depends on who you asking, because right, you got a certain factor of people who like, I don't see nobody beating OKC. Then you got another factor of people like, I don't really believe in OKC. So to the people who say they don't really believe in OKC like that, it's not a surprise to them. You know what I'm saying? But the people who like, yo, I don't see nobody beating OKC right now, it's a surprise to them right now. You know, like I said,
Yeah, because you
I
watched
don't
them run
see,
through that first round, bro.
and we also got to remember Denver's in the altitude. You know what I'm saying? They play in the altitude. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I got OKC winning any game in Denver. Not game 4. So like you said, it very well could go 5 games.
Exactly.
But I say maybe 6, you know what I'm saying, at the most. But I kind of got Denver winning this series. Like I really do. The experience is different. It took a game or whatever. So, you know, Chet gives Joker a lot of problems with his size. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? But being able to be on a perimeter and keep a hand in his face, and he's so tall. You know what I mean? So Joker's figured that out now.
Yeah.
So now that he's figured that out, now on the other side, you got me leaning all on you, and I'm 80 pounds heavier than you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to keep up with that for the duration of a
They
game, let
doing
alone
this
a
shit.
series.
No coach, no head coach. Don't people forget real quick that they just went through their coaching situation. I don't know.
Fire Mike Malone
It's
before the
say what?
playoffs.
Yeah,
Fire Mike
yeah.
Malone before the playoffs.
Ain't nobody ever done that. You know what kind of confidence you got to have in your roster to pull something like that going into the playoffs? That's
For real.
dangerous as hell.
It really is. But I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they had a little bit of trouble in the first round, but then they took care of business. But you know, I mean, because they went 7 games with the Clippers, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But now it looks like they are looking like the
They got their
championship team
rhythm.
that they saw a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying?
They found their rhythm. But that next round, I
Like,
mean, you know, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. It's just game 4. But that next round, that's going to be a trip too, regardless of how it play out. But your
word.
boy, your boy got a chip on his shoulder. They called him the most overrated player in the league. And
And him daddy almost got him ass whooped.
yeah, he damn sure did.
we gonna get there too. But yo, the boy Halliburton is a problem, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you look at the fact that he's probably like 6'5", and he's playing the point, and not only can he create for other people, he can also create for himself, and he is lethal in clutch moments. You know what I'm saying? So he's got a weird little setup to his shot, but it's one quick motion. You see his feet pop pop, and that little weird shot is going up. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, people seem to forget once again. Hey, Indiana was playing really well in the playoffs last year. I felt like they should have won game 1 in Boston, and then I think in game 2, at the end of the game, was when Halliburton got hurt, and then that series is basically going to be over with. You know what I'm saying? From that point in time, so Indiana they've been around the block. You know what I'm saying? And they got vets. Miles Turner. You know what I'm saying? Like they got people who's been in the NBA for quite some time now. So this actually is not so surprising to me, because once again, you got 2 factors of people. You got people who say, man, Cleveland been balling the hell out this year. I think they might be able to get it done. Then you got the other people like, that's the regular season. I don't know if they got what it takes to do it in the playoffs.
It's a 7-game series, bro. This one going 7.
You think it's going 7?
Out of all the matchups we got going on out here, I think this is that one series that I can see going 7 games. I mean, it's gonna go the distance, man. Did you watch all the games? Have you seen all 3 games in this series right here?
All 3 of them.
To me, it looked like they just really still trying to figure each other out. Like they ain't played all goddamn season. But I mean, it's gonna be. I got this one going the distance. If any series goes 7, I got this one.
And who you got coming out on pause?
I don't know. I really don't know, man. Cause shit, Donovan Mitchell, man, you seen that boy? That boy crazy too. I mean, he can put that team on his back, and they can get the game 7. I don't know though.
Right.
I ain't calling none of these series.
Here's my thing with the Donovan Mitchell part of it. I think he's better off, and they're better off when he doesn't try to put the team on his back. Because when he doesn't necessarily try to put the team on his back, he's getting other people involved and other people to getting involved early. So you're not trying to call on somebody too late, and then they're cold. They ain't got their rhythm and all that stuff. Also, we've seen a big difference in the Cavs when they got their players healthy. Then when they had a few players, you was missing DeAndre Hunter, you was missing Mobley, and you was missing Darius Garland.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if Hunter's back, but I know Mobley and Garland was back, and Garland was just getting whatever he wanted the other day when they played. So I'm just like, man, you know what I'm saying? Now we might really have a series, but it's still a long way for them to come back. Pause from 0-2, and I think Indiana. I don't know. Game 4 is going to tell a lot. So I'm with you. Like, I don't know who. I can still see Cleveland winning this, but I wouldn't. I mean, they gonna have a tough road to come back out of that. You know what I mean?
You just gotta even it up next game. And
if I had to pick one to go 7, I would say Golden State and Minnesota.
That's gonna depend on Steph. That's gonna depend on how he come back, though. I mean,
and that's what I'm saying, and that's why I say I think that would be the one that goes 7. And like you, I couldn't even tell you who will win. I couldn't.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. I tell you what, they can't go down 3-1. They can't go down. Well, I ain't even gonna say that. It's hard to say that. Shit, we ain't seen it happen often, but it's Golden State, man. And that shit. That's what I love about this year's playoffs. I hate all the threes that you've been seeing in the past few years in the NBA, but this year it ain't as cut and dry as you've seen it in the past several years.
They've been letting them play. The rest been letting them play, too.
That's what I was just about to say. They out there you ain't seen nothing like it in years. Somebody done said something because they got to figure this thing out because women's basketball killing y'all right now.
Right.
They're killing y'all right now. So, but
I saw something, I forget which game it was yesterday, but I seen, it might have been the Knicks game. And somebody
Knicks in Detroit?
Nah, Knicks and
that's the series when I started watching them, turning them loose.
Yeah, no, they wasn't that one too. But I'm saying, like, it was just yesterday. One of yesterday's games, it had to be. It was the Knicks game. You know what I'm saying? And somebody went to the basket and completely got knocked down on the ground. You know what I'm saying? And then the ball just started going the other way. And I was like, wait a minute, they ain't called a foul on that one? like, yo, that was a foul. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't mad at it because it's like, yo, they letting these boys play, man.
Because I think Jaylen Brown, the one that came out and said, man, listen, they want to see a fight break out. That's what it's going to come to. When that Jaylen Brown, about that Pacers Cavs series. Shout out to DJ Chuck. But yeah, they turned them boys loose, man. They turned them loose. And I mean, it's good to see that again. But that just has some logic behind it too, though. I mean, hell, a foul is a foul. But I mean, damn, don't ruin a game down the stretch. You got a close game, and now you just completely killed the momentum and the energy of the game calling ticky-tacky fouls. So I love to see that. I love to see that.
So before we hit the break, I need you to do something real quick.
What's that?
Come down, selector! Yeah! Yeah! One thing will never change, and that's Mr. Nasty on this show. Yeah! Hey! So, this episode's recipient of the Cincinnati Award, we're going to go back a little bit. And it is none other than James Harden. What the fuck? Who the fuck? How the fuck? Are you kidding me? Once again, Game 7 shows up and you don't. The ball had like 8 points. I think he only took like 7 shots. He played 35 minutes. When somebody shows you who they are, God damn it, just believe him. Hey, when somebody shows you who they are, just go ahead and believe them. This is James Harden. This is who he's been. This is who he's going to be. This is who he always will be. Wow. When it comes to game 7s, game 6s, sometimes elimination games, when you need him to show up the most, him still in the strip club. At least his mental is. His body shows up for the game. But I don't know what you're looking at out there. And once again, points. 8 points. Did you scratch the bitch? I mean, come on. 7 shots. So it used to be that he was just terrible because he would shoot and he would miss and he would turn the ball over. Now, he's taking it into a whole different realm of third. He won't even shoot the ball. He won't even shoot the ball. Hey, James Harden, this week's recipient of the Sister Nancy Award. What you got, Mo?
Yeah, what I'm supposed to say to that? He been that. He should have been got the trophy. He been that.
Yeah.
He been that. One of the most.
I know. Listen, he's gotten it before.
Yeah.
He is a repeat offender on the Sister Nancy Award, and it's normally around this time of year.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what.
You can't make this up, man.
You want to take a break before we get into this 100-man versus gorilla shit?
Yeah,
I know you want to talk about that. You want to break first? You want to go and dive into it?
Yeah, we definitely got to break first because we might be on that one for a minute, man. we definitely need to break.
That's about all we got left. All right, let's break.
All right.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Talk about it, Fish.
We back. Cooking with the microwave, man, live on
God
that
damn, you
you.
just froze up on me, didn't you?
I'm
You
here.
you was somewhere else.
Hey, I was in my phone. My bad. I thought we still had a few seconds left, but my bad. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good in the hood. But 100 men versus gorillas. Now, versus one gorilla. Mo, I think, was that you that sent that clip of was it Channing Crowder?
Listen, man, me and JB been going back and forth with these memes about this. And it's been, the conversation done probably about wore out, but it's the memes, that shit just they don't get old to me. They don't get old, man. It's crazy as hell. I'm gonna let you go ahead and give me your initial thoughts on that first. Just answer the question. Who winning?
Man, a gorilla. A gorilla every single time. Now, the only thing that ever made me think, and I think it was you in the group with me, JB and Nino. You had posted it was a Channing Crowder. He was talking about belt to ass, and then he said, yeah, he was talking about man versus gorilla, and he started naming people. He said James Harrison. Now, if it was 100 James Harrisons, give me the James Harrisons. You know what I'm saying? But there ain't 100 James Harrisons. You know what I'm saying? It's a gorilla every time. Listen, man, I know people got courage, but there's a difference between courageous and stupid. So, however they decide, first of all, I don't know if for most people, anybody who's been jumped, like you can't, it's hard to get jumped by 30 people at the same time because all 30 of them can't surround you and get a lick in. They literally going to be hitting each other trying to get to you. So there's only about so many people that can surround a gorilla at one time out of 100. And the first swipe that this gorilla takes, when it knocks somebody's head completely off of their body and their neck is just squirting blood in the air before it falls, broop.
It's over. It's over after that. It's over.
70 niggas is running. 70 niggas is running.
Ain't no. Y'all listen. Common sense is common sense, man. Listen, no weapons, no tools, none of that. It's just man against gorilla. At the end of the day, immediately after that gorilla go through that first wave, and you done heard people say this a million times. You see the first one get torn in half, it's over with. Ain't nobody got that kind of courage to sit there and know that I'm finna just sacrifice my life for a chance. You sacrificing your life for a chance, bro. And that, I mean,
it's one thing to die. It's another thing when your arms get ripped off of your torso, and then you and then next thing you know, he just knocking your head clean off. Bow.
Now let's be real. Is it possible? Is it possible? Yeah. If you got 100 crazy people, it's possible. I mean, that could be overwhelming. No. It's a gorilla. But
no,
what you can't do is hesitate.
It's not possible.
It's not possible. It's possible, bro. Come on, man.
It's not possible.
It's possible.
With no weapons, it is not possible. It's not possible.
It's possible.
Unless
you're
gonna tell me this gorilla been tranquilized, you know what I'm saying, or something, then shot darts up in them. It's not possible. These motherfuckers knock down trees.
My thing is, what you gonna do?
Not a gorilla can knock down a tree. Gorillas knock down trees. This is something that they do on the regular basis. A fucking tree.
This is my question, though, Fish. What are you gonna do if let's say y'all apprehend this gorilla? How you gonna take him out? What's your plan? You ain't got nothing. You ain't got no weapon. You gonna choke him to death? You gonna poke his eyes out? What you gonna do? How you kill the gorilla once you got him? What you gonna smother him to death?
You ain't strong enough to choke.
Nah, it ain't. That's what I'm saying. It ain't a man out there that's strong enough to choke no gorilla to death. You gonna beat him to death.
Seen Planet of the Apes when motherfucking
man, don't make this shit about TV, man. We got to keep this all the way live.
No. I'm saying this is factual. Planet of the Apes, when the one dude was messing with the dude's father because he drove his car and was knocking it up, and Caesar see them pointing it, and Caesar come down there and bit his fucking finger off. Like a gorilla can bite your so you trying to choke the nigga out, the nigga you fucking take a chunk out of your arm, nigga, you're not choking him anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now what? Now what? Like, what are you doing?
This is why I'm taking the gorilla every time, is because a gorilla got the ability to do something to you that you can't do to him. A gorilla can take you and snap you in half. He can rip your head off your shoulders. He can pull your arms out your socket, whatever. You're not doing that to no gorilla. You're not doing that.
Bro.
You're not doing that. 100 of y'all not doing that.
In real life. In real life.
Who came up with this shit?
In real life, a chimpanzee tore a woman's face off. In real life.
Yeah, I know. I remember on the news.
A chimpanzee, not a silverback gorilla. Okay? A chimpanzee tore a woman's face off. And you think you gonna do something to a motherfucking gorilla? Try that. 100 niggas versus a chimp. Try that first.
Don't say that. It ain't gonna be no 100 niggas. Ain't no 100 niggas going. 100 niggas? They not going. Ain't no 100 niggas going, because I'm not finna watch 97 of y'all get knocked off in the first 10 seconds and stand there like, okay, I'm gonna be a soldier about this. Hell no.
You can call me all type of pussies you want to. I tell
we ain't even got
this,
to go there. That ain't necessary. It's like, dude, this ain't possible.
I'll fly the drone and get the footage of all y'all dumbass niggas going out there and getting killed.
Who the biggest nigga recorded in the history of mankind? Do you know?
Gotta be John Henry, right?
I don't know. I'm about to Google it. I want to know who
gotta be John. Gotta be John Henry.
The biggest gorilla. Cause we take, because the fight got to be an average size gorilla versus 100 of the biggest motherfuckers ever lived.
Why gotta be an average size gorilla? Why it can't be one of the bigger gorillas? It's 100 niggas.
We're trying to make it fair. I'm trying to. Because I don't went on record and said it's possible. So I need
fair
something to back my damn
argument. Trying this shit. Fair is nobody trying this shit. That's fair. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's got to be an average size of gorilla. Ain't got to be no average size gorilla. You gonna take your dumb ass out there, you go fight the biggest motherfucker out there. How about that?
It ain't happening. Let me see.
And look, and life support, what you call that? Life insurance ain't gonna cover your dumb ass going out there and doing that shit. Your family ain't getting nothing.
All right, so 8 feet tall was the largest human so far recorded. Robert Wadlow. I'm trying to see how heavy he was. He was 8 feet tall. He tall as hell. Where's his weight though? Let me see.
He can't move even if he 8 feet tall.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about how tall he is. You got to be a gorilla.
Like Lurch.
You talking about 400 pounds.
Right. And they can lift a ton. A ton.
See, if that dude name keep popping, we don't stand a chance if that's the only name popping up. Oh no, if somebody else know, then throw it out there. But nah, it's a lost cause, man.
Yeah, it's a lost cause, man. It's a wrap. It's just not happening. That's something that was not meant to happen.
You know what's more realistic? Were we switching to animals now? What about I don't know, a damn lion or something? You taking that chance?
I'm not taking the chance, but 100 niggas probably the lion. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I fly the drone. You know what I'm saying?
Hell no.
I get that shit, you know what I'm saying? Put me in the helicopter, let me, you know what I'm saying?
See that shit? That's crazy too, because a lion big as hell too. But lions got them big ass, sharp ass teeth, but they got them long ass, sharp ass fucking, and they quick.
Right, they got teeth and they got the claws. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a gorilla a lion can run at you and shit, and they can climb trees too. But gorillas, you can't climb no tree. This nigga swing.
I ain't dealing with no. I ain't fucking with no gorilla. I'm not fucking with a gorilla. I'm not fucking with a lion. I'm not fucking with no grizzly.
No.
Not doing it.
Nope.
I don't care how many niggas I know, how many James Harrisons or whoever.
Hey,
It
nigga,
don't
I'm
matter.
not fucking with I won't fuck with a buck. you think I want one of them sharp ass fucking horns coming through me? Pause. Hell nah. Nah, nigga. If I ain't got no weapon, the most you getting out of me is a dog. That's it. That's it.
All right, well, I think that's a unanimous vote across the board for most people. I hear one person say that the 100 men gonna win. My boss man, he said it ain't even close. 100 men take a gorilla any day.
So he be one of them dumbass motherfuckers out there. Or let me not say that. Your ball. I don't want to get you in trouble.
He ain't listening.
God,
he ain't
well,
watching.
I said it, not you. Yeah, the hands down 100 men.
He said hands
what
down.
What the fuck are you talking about?
We got into a real argument about that. He said hands down, 100 men gonna beat that gorilla.
I seen the clip with JB. You know what I'm saying? And this is true. You got a hard enough time finding immediately in your circle 100 people that can fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And shit, 100 men, hands down. Hey, look, whatever he's smoking, I don't want none of it.
Nah, we ain't even gonna spend no more time on that. That's
I don't need to get that high. I don't need to get
lost
that
cause. What else you got for us, Fish?
Man, I ain't really got nothing coming out, man. But look, we back on schedule. It was my fault while we've been gone since the Super Bowl. So now, since it's gonna be my fault continuing, we're gonna be rocking with y'all, man. Sundays around the same time we did the days. Either gonna be 11:15. We back in the saddle, cooking with the microwave. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all know how I do it. And for the people who's gonna be new watching this show, you're gonna get to learn how I do it. I'm crazy. I'm fucking insane. And if you say some crazy shit in the chat room, I will rip you to fucking shreds around here. But Big Mo, thanks as always, man, for the magic that you do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, y'all be safe out there in them streets. Keep it 100 with yourself. Otherwise, you can't keep it 50 with nobody else, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, remember that red, black, green, all in between. We'll be back next week. And as always, when I pull that piece out, niggas be like, peace out.